don't want to, as Serena said, die with our music still inside of us. So as you listen to your soul, as you listen to this invisible part of you, as the impersonal life came to me, this book was written in 1914, 100 years ago. And it was published under the name Anonymous until 1940, which is the year that I was born. And what it is speaking to you as if the impersonal part of you, the part that opens the flowers and grows the oranges, as if it were speaking to you and talking to you, this impersonal part of you that's in every single one of us and in all of the creations in the universe, in this infinite universe that has no beginnings and has no ends. We're beginning to get scientific validation of this infiniteness of the universe. And when you just think about it logically, where could it end? I mean, what's at the end? Is there a wall? And how thick is it? And what's on the other side? The concept of infinity is a very difficult concept for us to get. It's why the concept of death is so difficult for us, and why when I was talking to my friends who lost their little 14-month-old girl to an accident, we can't grasp this idea that Abraham said. I had a conversation with Abraham, a 3-hour conversation that's coming up soon, and it was, she said that if you really understood what was on the other side for you, which is what Anita gives us a glimpse of, is that it is so incredibly blissful and perfect, and there is just no opposite there. And to come to know that. But I have been trying to get a hold of this impersonal self and to get a sense of it, to feel it in my own heart. And what it involves changing certain things about ourselves. Like the day that Serena sat behind me in Ephesus while I spoke to these people at the home of the Mother of Jesus, which was a significant moment in my life, to be there in this place and to be giving a talk on Rumi. We stopped at there were 10 buses, 35 people, there's 350 people, 10 buses of 35 people. And we pulled into this area. It was at the end of September, very hot, very desert-like, in this city that is being excavated, an ancient city that was at the time of Jesus and before. 15% of it has only been excavated. So it's still 85% underground. Just to walk among those streets and all of that, and then to see this home where when Jesus was about to be crucified, he said to John, "Please take care of my mother." And this, according to all the historical documents that they have, this is the place, in this home, in this stone house in Ephesus. And we all stopped for a bathroom break, and we went into men all went into this gigantic urinal, and the women all got lined up in this other place, and there were a big line of women, and the men were just going in and out. Seems to be how it works. And so I went into this place, and I was leaving, and I washed my hands, and there was an old man in there, probably younger than me, but he was an old man. I was going to say 67, 68, but that's like younger than me. And he had a roll of paper, like paper towels kind of thing, and he was tearing them off, and he was very dirty. And the place, you can imagine what it's in Turkey. It's the end of summer. The temperature outside is about 90-some degrees. You can imagine. Just try to take a whiff of what you think of like in this place. And this man was in there all day, and he would hand people these pieces of paper. And the old subconscious mind training, see, we all have this subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind is operating overtime, all the time. It's the stuff that made us believe that God is something that's outside of us. And the idea that God is within us, even though all the spiritual literature, including the Old Testament and the New Testament, is it not written in your laws that I have said you are gods? You are all children of the Most High. You are all gods. That's from the Psalms. That's from the book of John. Those are the words of Jesus. And there's many, many others. But we still have come to this conclusion that God is something external to ourselves. So our subconscious mind has all of this conditioning that we have to overcome. And you can do that. You can even do it tonight as you go off to sleep. The last 5 minutes before you go off to sleep, you know, listen to what it says in the book of Job. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men while slumbering on their beds, then he opens the ears of men and seals their instructions. I read that too fast. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falls upon men while slumbering on their beds, then he opens the ears of men and seals their instructions. That's the wishes fulfilled. That's from the book of Job. So that when you're about to go off to sleep, you're going to enter into your subconscious mind and marinate there for the next 8 hours. So whatever it is that you program yourself for as you go off to sleep, you're going to begin to manifest when you awaken into this reality. So you don't want to review all the things that you don't like, and all the things that aren't working, and all the stuff that upsets you, and all the stuff that you're mad at, and all the people that you resent, and all the facts of your life that are not the way you think that they should be. You don't want to be doing that unless you want more of that to manifest and show up in your life. Because when you awaken the divine mind, which can't make a distinction between what you think and what your reality is, if your thoughts are on, my life is really bad, terrible, your subconscious mind's saying this over and over again, the universal subconscious mind, God, says, so that's what you want? And here's some more of it. And you'll continue to attract more and more and more of it. What you have to do is assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled, and the last 5 minutes, especially before you go off to sleep tonight, put into your consciousness, I am well, I am health, I am perfect health, I am healing, I am content, I am wealthy, I am positive, I am love, I am God. Even if you don't believe it, over and over again, use these words, I am, the words that God spoke to Moses. My name is I am, and that shall be my name for all future generations. And as you marinate in that, when you awaken, you will begin to attract more of what you have placed into your subconscious mind. That's why Sharita said in here, the word blame is just not a word that we use. We are responsible for what we attract into our lives. And through our thoughts and our desires, we can create them. So there I was back in Turkey. So that's your assignment for tonight, by the way, that just the last 5 minutes before you go off to sleep, begin to practice. I am living as if what you would like to attract is already an accomplished fact. In fact, the other quote from the book of Romans says, in the presence of him whom he believed God, who gives life to the dead, and hear these words, and calls those things which do not exist as though they did. You have to call those things which do not yet exist in your physical sense as though they did. You live from that place. That's how I healed myself of leukemia. It's gone. It's out of my life. It's no part of my life whatsoever.